Is Vietnam really the most sinful country in the world? What you're about to discover will blow your mind. We're going to explore 10 of the most insane, unbelievable, and downright shocking facts about this incredible country. We're talking about things so crazy you won't believe they're real. Forget everything you thought you knew. Because today, we are diving deep into a world of giant caves, haunted towns, and food that will test your courage. You are not going to want to miss a single second of this. We've spent thousands of dollars and countless hours digging up these secrets. Kicking off our list at number 10 is something so massive it's almost impossible to comprehend. Imagine a cave so big it has its own weather system. That's right, I'm talking about Sun Dun Cave, right here in Vietnam. This isn't just any cave, it is literally the largest cave on the entire planet. You could fly a Boeing 747 through parts of it without the wings even touching the sides. The main chamber is over 3 miles long and nearly 700 feet high. Coming in at number 9, we're diving into something that millions of people in Vietnam do every single day. They put eggs in their coffee. Yes, you heard me right. Raw egg yolk, whipped with sugar and condensed milk until it becomes a creamy, frothy, meringue-like cloud that sits on top of strong Vietnamese coffee. Now I know what you're thinking. Egg and coffee, that sounds disgusting. But here's the mind-blowing part. It's one of the most delicious things you will ever taste. Alright, for number 8, we're taking you to a place whispered about in hushed tones, a city that has earned the notorious nickname of Vietnam's very own Sin City. We're talking about a coastal town where the rules seem to bend, the lights are always bright, and the party never ever stops. It's a magnet for gamblers, thrill seekers, and people looking to escape their normal lives. Fortunes are won and lost here every single night. What could be more sinful than an entire city dedicated to vice? Number 7 is something you really have to experience to believe. In Vietnam's big cities, crossing the street is like playing a real-life, high-stakes game of Frogger. Imagine a river of thousands upon thousands of motorcycles, a constant flowing torrent of metal and engines that just does not break. There are very few traffic lights, and even when there are, they're often treated as mere suggestions. The secret is so counterintuitive it will shock you. You step off the curb and walk slowly and confidently at a steady, predictable pace directly into the tsunami of scooters. It's an act of pure faith. For our number 6 spot, we're venturing into the realm of the supernatural. Dotted across Vietnam are entire villages and massive building projects that are completely abandoned, left to crumble and be reclaimed by nature. One of the most famous is the Ho Tui Tien Water Park near Hue. Today, a giant decaying dragon sculpture rises out of a murky lake, its head rearing up over rusted water slides and pools filled with green algae. Locals refuse to go near it after dark, telling stories of strange noises, shadowy figures, and a feeling of being watched. Would you dare to spend a night in a cave that has its own jungle and clouds? Coming in at number 5 is a secret that lies hidden right beneath the surface. During the Vietnam War, the Vietnamese built an entire functioning city underground, the Cu Chi tunnels. This wasn't just a few tunnels for hiding, this was a complete world in the dark. They had everything: living quarters, kitchens, hospitals, weapons factories, and even command centers. The tunnels were incredibly narrow, often forcing people to crawl on their hands and knees. They were also filled with terrifying booby traps for any enemy soldiers who dared to enter. For our number 4 fact, we're heading back to the kitchen for a secret that is in almost every single Vietnamese dish. I'm talking about fish sauce, or nuoc mam. To say the Vietnamese like fish sauce is a massive understatement. Fish sauce is made by taking fresh anchovies, layering them with massive amounts of sea salt in giant wooden barrels, and then just leaving them. They let the fish ferment and break down under the hot sun for months, sometimes for over a year. It's essentially the juice of slowly decaying fish. The smell of a fish sauce factory is something you will never, ever forget. Would you dare to try a drop of the pure, unadulterated sauce straight from the barrel? At number 3, we have one of the most surprising and widespread obsessions in Vietnam. In Vietnam, karaoke isn't just a fun pastime, it is a way of life. You will find karaoke everywhere, but here's the funny and sinful part. It's not about being a good singer, at all. It's about passion, emotion, and giving it your all, even if you sound like a dying cat. When Grandma grabs the microphone, she transforms into a rock star. This love for karaoke reveals a side of Vietnamese culture that is often hidden, a deep well of emotion and a love for communal joy. We are at number 2, and this one is not for the faint of heart. We're talking about foods that are so wild, so extreme, they are considered sinful by many outsiders. First up, we have hot vit lan, or fertilized duck egg. This is an egg that has been incubated until the embryo is partially developed, and then it's boiled and eaten right out of the shell. Yes, that means you will find a tiny partially formed duckling inside. But it doesn't stop there. How about a shot of snake wine? This is rice wine with a whole venomous snake steeping inside the bottle. And then there are the insects, crispy fried crickets, silkworm pupae, and even giant water bugs. We have finally arrived at our number one fact. We've talked about giant caves, secret cities, and sinful foods. But the most mind-blowing, shocking, and inspiring secret of Vietnam isn't a place or a thing. It's the people. After everything this country has been through, decades of war, colonial occupation, natural disasters, and economic hardship, the unbelievable resilience and optimism of the Vietnamese people is the most incredible secret of all. You would expect to find a nation that is broken, bitter, and sad, but what you actually find is the complete opposite. You find a population that is overwhelmingly young, energetic, and forward-looking. Their secret? An unbreakable sense of family and community, a deep pride in their culture and independence, an incredible work ethic, and a profound ability to forgive and focus on building a better future. And there you have it, 10 of the most unbelievable, shocking, and sinful secrets of Vietnam. We've explored caves with their own weather, tasted coffee with eggs, and witnessed traffic that defies the laws of physics. Which fact shocked you the most? Was it the fertilized duck eggs or the real-life Frogger? Let us know in the comments below. But there's one fact about Vietnam that's even crazier than all the rest. A secret so bizarre and unbelievable that we had to save it for its own video. It's something that will completely change the way you see this country forever. Want to know what it is? Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and stay tuned for our next video. You are not going to want to miss it.